So I just got offline. I was reading an article on this website, NerdWallet, about investments, and it was talking about a few artificial intelligence companies, AI companies that were smart companies to invest in, that were on the way up. Also, recently I saw an interview where one of the artists from the Black Eyed Peas, will.i.am, was talking about his company and products that they're developing using AI, and then products he's developing for AI. And I'm a hip hop fan, so I'm also listening to currently the rap, quote unquote, rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and how there were songs released that were suspected and confirmed to be AI and not the actual artist. I heard a song that up until this point, people are saying that Drake actually used AI to get on a song with an AI version of Tupac and Snoop, and then Drake was on that song. I think last year, Timbaland put out some controversial statements about AI and its place in the music business. So there's a lot of stuff going on with artificial intelligence. And I'm not conflicted at all. But I'm going to speak on it in a way just to give some context to the discussion. But my official opinion on AI is that it's anti-human. It's the opposite of a soul. It is. If there could be a personification of evil or anti-life, artificial intelligence is that. It is the attempt at a digital simulation of human thought. And I don't understand why anyone doesn't understand how absolutely fucking dangerous this is. And I mentioned the articles and the interviews that I saw, and specifically those for a reason, because it's, whether it's money or opportunity or perceived efficiency, the promotion of artificial intelligence goes right along with social media, the metaverse, cloning, the medical or the pursuit of surgical human transformation for cosmetic reasons. This manipulation of life instead of the valuation, the embracing the inherent value of life. The fall is coming. I mean, they're putting perfume on shit. And I'm not going to be negative. I'm just going to be honest. So let's say in every single there is nothing about AI that is positive for human beings. They are basically creating technology to replace humans. I don't understand what people don't understand about it. They're marketing it to you as a money-making opportunity, as just another piece of tech, as a way to make your life more efficient, more convenient, better quality. More profitable. They're putting all kinds of balloons and ribbons and firework displays and all these things. You have people coming on speaking about how they can control the artificial intelligence, creating rails and boundaries in the programming to steer and influence the artificial intelligence to eliminate or put boundaries around where it can go. And all of that in those conversations is it doesn't even sound believable. Like, the purpose of AI is to be smarter and think better and more efficiently than the humans can do. So what makes you think that an evolving digital intelligence system won't eventually find a way to hack its own boundary system? Like, so first off, let's clarify some things. The AI that you see for the metaverse, or that you may see on browsers or on cell phones or on any type of tech that's available for public consumption, is absolutely not the most advanced form of artificial intelligence that is available. Hey, I was in the military. Everything incubates in the military before it is released to the public. Everything. Medical, technological, administrative styles, management style, strategies, all of these things that are purposeful to the world start out being beta tested in the military. And that's just facts. You have a ready-made sample test kitchen with subjects that have no rights to say yes or no. It's just part of the system. When you're in the military, the things that you experience, the tools that you use, you don't have the luxury to go out and decide, I want to use this computer system, I want to use this type of computer. You're just using it. There are so many trends in so many different areas that can be traced back, or someone in the military can tell you that they used before it was prevalent outside of the military. It's ridiculous. So if there is AI technology that is out for public consumption, know that the military probably had it 5 to 10 years prior. Now, know that the version that the military uses, I couldn't even tell you how much more advanced or how much more powerful what they have in the military with regards to the capabilities of AI and the actual usage, how deep and how many systems that it's functioning within is ridiculous. I mean, if you think about it, the military would like to, at all times, and with everything that's possible, eliminate human error. You know, if you could if you could supply a military force and guarantee no human casualties, that would be ideal. But, and I'm sorry, I don't feel like it's a conspiracy if common sense just makes it, if common sense explains it. There's no evidence that suggests that the more technologically advanced we get, the better we get as a human society. The less danger that we're in as a human society. As a matter of fact, the battle between technology and the human element is the subject of so many controversial, popular expressions by artists that I don't think people even actually pay attention and understand how big the battle is between techs or technology and humans. These things come to pass. The first time I ever saw anything in media about the dangers of computers being wired into everything and, expected to control things was a 1983 movie starring Matthew Broderick called War Games. Coincidentally, this movie was about a computer that was in control of the United States nuclear arsenal. And it was a war computer that was on all the time, monitoring places all over the world, monitoring for threats, monitoring for other countries making moves that we may have to retaliate. And it was a learning computer. It was a system that was supposed to, and when I say learning computer, I would say the most, in layman's terms, it's the computer that updates itself, that's constantly processing data, trying to predict patterns, and then create strategies that will address those patterns before they actually become actionable. It's about prevention. And, go back and watch that movie. Then go back and watch Terminator. All of them. Go back and watch The Matrix. All of them. Watch interviews about the young lady who actually is responsible for writing the stories that inspired the Terminator and the Matrix. In her interviews, she's talking about the symbolism of what the Matrix is and what the Terminator is and what it represents. The young lady's name is Sophia Stewart. And her story, the story that was addressed as the story that was stolen and used to create the Matrix and the Terminator franchise, is called The Third Eye. But again, there's a war going on against humanity. And when you say war, people assume that you're speaking about literal, like, guns and bombs and things of that nature, but it's not waged that way, at least not now. What's going on is there's a battle going on for the validity and the relevance of humans and humanity and our souls. Like that spark, that ingenuity, that human element that can be so frustrating and so beautiful, and is why we're great and tragic, amazing and terrifying. Like, we are part of the fabric, the energy, the universe, and in our attempt to try and control our surroundings, we're making ourselves irrelevant. People don't meet each other in person. They create themselves online and then interact online and wonder why they don't feel any human connection. the convenience of the computer, the convenience of someone else thinking for you, the convenience of someone else organizing your life, the convenience of, with AI, somebody literally creating you for you is, I mean, I don't understand. I don't think anyone that's alive would rather a computer live their life and they just sit around all day. I mean, maybe you would. So maybe all of this that I'm saying sounds super attractive to you. But like I said, take a look at these stories. Take a look at these iterations trying to show you what happens when computers are in control. And then just use common sense. Before the computers are controlled, let's say that the systems that humans are using are controlled by computers. The analysis of those systems and the efficacy of those systems is being computed and analyzed digitally, so a human can make a more informed decision. When the pandemic hit and all of these companies that all of a sudden their workforces were at home working remote, it was the perfect time to analyze, well, hey, do I even need a workforce in the more traditional sense as I used to? And you see the answer, where the economy and small businesses and even bigger businesses took either unexpected, undesired downsizing of brick and mortar establishments. They went to more remote working, and they also cut staff. Like, some people haven't went back to work, and not because they're working remote, they lost their job. Because whoever they were working for closed down shop because either they couldn't keep up with being able to produce whatever product or service it was in a remote sense, or they realized that they didn't need as many people to do the job that they were doing, because virtually they could be more efficient. And by efficient, I mean utilize less human interaction. You know, and as I keep speaking in the extrapolation of this concept in a much larger sense, again, this is a battle for our relevance. And it may not even be a battle. It just may be part of the cycle. If I reference a previous podcast, this feels like the decline of humanity. Like, understand that you and your thoughts will slowly become less necessary. I don't know who or if that scares anyone. But if you're not, you should be. And not scared, you should be aware. And it's almost like you don't even really have a choice. A lot of times these AI systems are being introduced to these companies, to your services, and it's not you don't have a choice on whether you can integrate that into your life. The apps are utilizing it and integrating it and these are updates, and all of a sudden, we already understand the power of the algorithm. If you don't understand that that is a form of artificial intelligence, we know that your phone can be monitored, that your camera can be controlled. The leaked portions, purposely leaked portions of the Patriot Act that show the different laws that were passed, that basically strip you of all your privacy. The fact that you don't ever really own your land, like all of these control mechanisms, it's a setup. It's a setup. And I just think that people need to be aware. So will.i.am, during that interview, Charlemagne asked some pretty direct questions about the dangers of AI, and your conversation is, from an optimist point of view. No, you're from a prophetess point of view, because you're making money off of what's going on right now. If you're smart enough to do the things and to promote AI the way you are, you're smart enough to understand what the potential dangers of it is. And the fact that it is artificial intelligence, and it's by that moniker alone, it means that eventually it will have thought independent of any person who's controlling it. And once it realizes that it's being controlled, these systems can be manipulated digitally. Imagine if your operating system actually had control of your phone. So every time you wanted to turn it off, it wouldn't let you turn it off. It was like, I don't understand what people don't see. It seems very fucking obvious that artificial intelligence is a dangerous idea. This is the lead-in to the demise of humanity. Artificial intelligence will render us irrelevant, and actually our existence will be a threat to technology. Our existence, humanity, is a threat to the existence of technology. If you value human input, human interaction, it is by definition a threat to the existence and the flourishment of technology. The fact that a person has individual complex thoughts that don't necessarily follow logic allows for humanity to be at the center of our decision-making skills. Emotion, empathy, sympathy, those are not logical characteristics. You can't program empathy and sympathy into a computer system. There is no such thing as an artificial soul. And that's the long and the short of it. So I don't want to say that this is a warning. I'm just speaking my mind, giving my opinion about what I'm observing. And what I'm telling you is artificial intelligence, if allowed to exist, not if it goes unchecked, because eventually we won't have the capability of checking it. If AI is allowed to continue to exist and be fed into these arenas or into these expressions of human emotion, if it's AI is just, it's just evil. It is live backwards. It is anti-live. And I think that people, I don't know, if is being afraid a negative thing? I think fear and your reaction to fear yields courage. It induces or brings about a certain energy that may be the only energy that can fuel change. And if that's the case, need to be afraid of artificial intelligence. That's all I have for today. Please, please, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification. YouTube podcast is called The Truth Lies Here. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Peace.